Time and tide wait for no one. Time flies. Change is the law. Growth is optional. So when we know change is the law, from youth to senior age, we know this will happen. We see it happening, it's happening. We were a child one day and some of us are retired today. But the fact is, when change is the law, why not accept this as a reality early on and plan for it? Look forward to it. Welcome to Senior Citizen Award Winners Special. Come be with me and I will make you meet these 4 Samaj Ratnas. I can tell you how value additions they are doing. If they wouldn't be there, the society, the community, the society would be that much poorer. We look for Bharat Ratnas, right? We've been looking for Bharat Ratnas and awarding Bharat Ratnas. Do we look for Samaj Ratnas, Social Ratnas, Community Ratnas, Children's Ratnas, People's Ratnas? Where we have Tulsi Munda. For me, she's a Samaj Ratna, a Community Ratna who reaches out education to the tribals' children in Orissa.
For a little girl born at the cusp of freedom in the tribal belt of Orissa, life was never going to be easy. Like thousands of other Adivasi children in the mining town of Keonjhar, Tulsi didn't go to school. She sifted iron from the mineral-rich soil for just 2 rupees per month.
गरीबी के कारण से पढ़ाई नहीं किया, अपने गांव में स्कूल नहीं था और इतना पढ़े, इतना जो जहाँ पर स्कूल है 4 साड़ी धान देना पड़ता था। और हम लोगों का टाइम में तो ऐसा लड़कियाँ पढ़ने का इतना कोई ध्यान नहीं देते थे।
It was agreed to learn, to study, to make something of herself that set Tulsi Munda apart from other child labourers.
मेरे से और एक छोटा भाई था, वो पढ़ता था। वो जब हर रोज जितना सीखता था मैं उतना ही सीख लेती थी, कहीं बालू में खेलते हुए भी।
It was the same desire that led a young feisty Tulsi to follow Vinoba Bhave and his Gandhian followers who would go village to address tribal problems. Inspired by the Gandhian philosophy of Bhudan, Tulsi, just 19, approached the Gram Pradhan to lend her the use of a place of worship. She wanted to start a night school for children of tribals.
ऐसा कैसा सुना सुना लगता था, जैसा बच्चे ये जंगल था जो देवी स्थान था, इसलिए बच्चों को पढ़ने के लिए भेजते थे और कोई नहीं रहते थे, सब चला जाते, आ करके वो ले जाते थे और रात को सोने के लिए मैं अकेले ही सोती थी।
The open-air night school under a dim lantern with a handful of children started in 1961. The attendance was sporadic. The Adivasis didn't understand why their children need to study. Tulsi went door to door.
कोशिश यानी संघर्ष यानी कसौटी यानी परिश्रम करना पड़ता था, कैसा उनके बीच जाना, उनको लाना, शिक्षा के प्रति उनको आक्रोश श्रद्धा लाना।
And it was not just education, but Tulsi Munda also fought for the rights of the tribal girl child.
अच्छे अच्छे लड़कियों को शराब को भर्ती करके जंगल उठा करके ले लेते थे। ये लोग, ये आदिवासी लोग कोई विरोध नहीं करते थे। वही देख करके मैंने यहाँ अचानक आकर के आंदोलन किया। मेरे को मार देने के लिए भी उनका योजना चलता था।
What started with a few toddlers 40 years ago multiplied to a pool of 20,000. In addition to the Adivasi Vikas School, Tulsi helped establish 16 other schools in areas that were destroyed by the mines. Currently, she has over 500 students, almost half of whom are girls, and her school provides education up to class 10. Thanks to their appa, the children of this school not just study here, but also live in this campus and lead a meaningful life.
हमेशा हर लोगों का पास घर होना चाहिए, हर रोज खाना मिलना चाहिए, उनके लिए शिक्षा व्यवस्था होना चाहिए और स्वास्थ्य भी व्यवस्था होना चाहिए।
But their Appa, clad in a white sari, barefoot and always with a warm smile, continues to live her life with utmost simplicity.
जितना कर सकूं करते ही रहेंगे, लेकिन ये भी तो है, उम्र भी तो है, फिर जमाना भी तो है, भगवान का इच्छा भी है।
Keonjhar has been exploited by the rich for its mineral ore, leaving the tribals with nothing. Countless suicides here are still forgotten, and children continue to be sold as laborers. Little boys still grow up with lungs full of dust left behind by the trucks that have flattened their land. Appaji worries about their future.
बच्चों को शिक्षित बनाना पड़ेगा। जब तक वो बच्चे इंसान इस देशवासी नहीं शिक्षित होगा मजदूर, तब तक वो इन लोग ऐसे ही टकते रहेंगे।
Here was a doctor who came visiting her village in Bhuj, a successful pediatrician. Coming to her village, she sees scores of children with disability and parents didn't know what to do with them. Dr. Shantu Ben Patel. See the unique way in which he's reaching out to the children with special disability.
Every day starts with a silent prayer at Dhanvantari. At this special school in Bhuj, Gujarat, harmony and healing define education and learning. Right from its inception, meditation has been the most integral part of the school's routine. The force behind this unique establishment is an inspiration to many. Dr. Shantuben Patel. Her aim to provide holistic therapy and learning to physically and mentally disabled children.
Actually, I born to a Kachi Leva Patel family in Nairobi. Brought up in a very best British traditions. And then I had a scholarship to do medicine in Bhopal. Since then, I've been in UK. And I started thinking that I was working on the top of the triangle with the top of the patients. So I really wanted to go down to the base where I could reach out to more people. And in 1979, I moved in to work here in this country.
She had the best of everything while growing up abroad, but little did she know that destiny had a different plan for her.
So many children affected with polio at a time was nerve-wracking. And I rang up my dad and I said, this is what it is like this. And he said, I told you not to go, come back. So that made me more determined.
When she started her medical practice in Bhuj, a large number of mentally and physically challenged children started turning up at her doorstep. And in 1996, Dhanvantari took shape in a small room inside her nursing home. The humble setup grew in time, adding students and a team of special educators. But in 2001, Shantuben's dream fell to the ground as the most devastating earthquake in the history of India collapsed the city of Bhuj.
I was absolutely lost. That's the right word.
Shantuben's team and students stuck together during that horrific time with almost no external support for a while. With an unconventional approach to education and a holistic understanding of each child's specific needs, Shantuben's staff of teachers, psychologists and therapists had managed to achieve the impossible. Dhanvantari students are now making a seamless transition into normal, active lives. Ria's parents had no idea why her speech development was slow. Only when they came to Dhanvantari did they realize that Ria was autistic.
फील हो रहा था इसको कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, क्या प्रॉब्लम है वो पता नहीं था, तो वो टाइम बहुत डिफिकल्ट था, मतलब पता नहीं अगर ये स्कूल में नहीं आते तो आज हम कहाँ होते.
The team of teachers and therapists at Dhanvantari sprang into action, enabling her to go to a regular school and speak just like a normal child. Shantuben's dream is to see these special children flourish in the mainstream.
Dhanvantari school should not exist. It should not exist. It's a dire necessity that special children should be included in the normal society, normal school. So I hope in my lifetime, special school won't be required.
as Shantuben tirelessly struggles to turn little dreams into big realities. She is a testimony to the fact that dreams don't tire with age.
Coming up more, you're going to see more such Samaj Ratnas, Samaj Senior Ratnas, who continue to show us the way.
लकीर की फकीर हूँ मैं, उसका कोई गम नहीं, नहीं धन तो क्या हुआ, इज्जत तो मेरी कम नहीं.
Welcome back. You're watching CNN IBN Senior Citizens Award. I bring you an amazing story of Anjana Rajgopal. What do you do with the child beggar? Ignore or just pass on some money? Or do chit, oof, very bad. No, Anjana doesn't do that. She adopts them. She brings them home. She educates them, bathes them and does not give them away in adoption. She loves them. She's a Mother Ratna.
It was in 1990 that Anjana Rajgopal stumbled upon a street child being thrashed ruthlessly by a fruit vendor. That was the day Anjana became a mother.
When I saw this boy being beaten, I went up to them and asked them, can I take him home? They said yes, because we can't do anything for him. If you can do something, then it's well and good.
Today Anjana runs Sai Kripa, a home to 34 children with a mother who dotes on each one equally. It may get a little crowded sometimes, but adoption is not an option.
And when people come and say, do you have a boy who's well, very good looking, or whose parentage is good and all, I felt very bad that if a person wants a child, why should they be so specific about his good looks and parentage and all that? It's not like you're going to buy something from the market.
But it's not been easy. She quit her job as a typist in a newspaper after she started taking in babies.
We had to think every time how the next meal would come. Because I used to manage with my salary, but that was not enough.
Some of her children have been picked off the roads, others from slums, and some the police has brought in. Yet others were found by neighbors and left with her. Like Raju, who was left at her doorstep by his grandfather when he was 6. Today Raju is working in a hotel and is a chef at heart. He never lets go any opportunity to cook for the kids. But the final approval comes from his mother.
मम्मी की सबसे अच्छी बात है उनका काम के प्रति डेडिकेशन और कोई डिस्पैरिटी नहीं है, कोई भेदभाव नहीं है.
And when it comes to girls in her family, Anjana knows she has an added responsibility. Right until they are married. Meera was brought to Sai Kripa when she was 10 by volunteers working in the slums. Today she is married and has a child of her own.
She was like the naughty one, always beating somebody or harassing somebody, fighting with somebody. So she used to be always hyper.
जो मम्मी मना करती थी मुझे लगता मम्मी मुझे टोकती है, इसलिए मेरे को वही चीज़ करने में बड़ा मज़ा आता था.
At 60, Anjana is not only a mother, a grandmother. She is a friend, philosopher and a guide to these kids.
One more senior Samaj Ratna. Here is a woman who runs 5 homes in Pune for the orphan children. Sindhu Tai is the mother of hundreds. These children look up to her as their own mother and have strong higher aspirations to build our country.
It was 4 years ago when this little girl, Sakshi, was found in the cornfield of a village in Maharashtra. Without any shelter, warmth or love. She was brought to Mamta Bal Sadan Ashram in Saswad, Pune, and was given a home and identity. A happy family with sisters and of course the love and blessings of Mai. Yes, this is Sakshi Sindhutai Sapkal.
अपने के लिए नहीं जीना आया ना तो दूसरे के लिए जीना सीखो, ये मेरे परिस्थिति ने मेरे को सिखाया। और अभी तो मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि दूध में पकाए चावल तो उसे खीर कहते हैं, मोहब्बत में खाए ठोकर तो उसे तकदीर कहते हैं, लकीर की फकीर हूँ मैं उसका कोई गम नहीं, नहीं धन तो क्या हुआ इज्जत तो मेरी कम नहीं।
Sindhutai often visits the railway tracks, which brings back memories of her struggling days. Born to an illiterate cowherd in Pimpri district of Maharashtra, Sindhutai was educated till class 4 against her mother's wishes and married off by 10 to a man 20 years her senior. In 1972, she took up the cause of helping village women sell cow dung they collected to the forest department, which didn't go down very well with her husband. A pregnant Sindhutai was beaten black and blue and thrown out of the house. With her newly born daughter Mamata, Mai wandered from town to town, singing and begging near temples, and even tried to commit suicide on these railway tracks. Till she found her calling, taking care of orphaned and Adivasi children.
जब मैं वो भिखारी को खिलाती, उसको खाना देती ना, तब मेरे मन में आता था कि कितने बच्चे होंगे कि जिसको माँ नहीं, तो उसके पास तू जा, मगर ये कर, तेरी बच्ची अपने साथ मत रखना।
तुम्ही हो माता पिता, तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा।
Beginning with her first ashram at Mamta Bal Sadan in 1994, Mai went on to set up 5 homes in Pune and Wardha district.
जो खिल सके ना वो फूल हमें, तुम्हारी चरणों की धूल हमें।
Her most prized possession being the newly opened Sanmati Bal Niketan Sanstha in Pune, which shelters almost 100 boys. The homes survive on donations and alms she receives after her lectures. Sindhutai has never given any of the children up for adoption.
जब मैं भाषण देती तो मेरे को राशन मिलता है, जब तक मैं नहीं बोलती तब तक मेरे को कुछ नहीं मिलता, तो मेरा सब मेरे को ग्रैंड नहीं है, तो जो मेरी पूरी संस्था है वो मेरे भाषण पे टिकी है। मैं जब जाती बोलती भाषण देती और पल्लू पसर के बंगती, बाबा मैं अनाथों की माँ बन गई, जिसका कोई नहीं उसकी मैं माँ हूँ, तुम भी रिश्तेदार बनो ना।
Mai has nurtured over 1,000 orphan children, giving them a home, an education and a life of hope.
माई हमारे लिए इतना सब कुछ करती है, लेकिन उसकी इच्छा हम बहुत सीखे, इसलिए मैं बड़ी होकर डॉक्टर ही बनूंगी।
पिछले जन्म में मुझे यही माँ मिलने वाली होगी तो मैं अनाथ होकर जरूर पसंद करूँ।
In many cases, Mai's children opt to live and work for her. 51-year-old Deepak, Sindhutai's first adopted son, takes care of her biggest ashram. Deepak Dada also gives children vocational training like farming.
ऐसी संस्था या ऐसा घर कुछ नहीं था। मंदिर पे जो कीर्तन भजन हो जाएगा वही मुक्काम करते थे, दूसरे दिन दूसरे गांव चले जाते थे। उसमें से करते करते जो मिलता गया उसका दूसरे को, आज मुझे भूख लगी, आज तो हमारा हो गया, लेकिन जो ज़्यादा है वो किसकी ज़रूरत है, तो कोई भूखा है उस जो दूसरा है उसको, तो इससे वो संस्था की शुरुआत हुई।
Mai has also taken it upon herself to wed off most of her children. And 5-year-old Sakshi is the youngest angel of this growing family.
We've come to the end of Senior Citizen Award Winner Special. Hope you're as charged and inspired by their lives as probably every one of us is. We will now see you at the mega event where these Samaj Ratnas would be specially recognized and awarded.